I'm sitting here in my kitchen holding these papers that changed everything. The documents for the house. The house my son, Jamal, bought with my life savings. My hands are trembling, not from anger, but from a sadness so deep it hurts to breathe. I've just found out something I never could have imagined. My bedroom door is ajar, and I can hear every word of the phone. Call Jamal is having with his wife, Keisha. His voice is full of excitement, planning their future. Our future, or rather their future. Yeah, baby, everything's all set. The papers came in today. The house is officially ours. I hear him laugh that same laugh that used to fill me with such joy when he was a boy. Your mama is going to be so happy to live with us. Finally, Miss Cynthia will have her own room with a view of the garden just like she always wanted. My heart stops. Miss Cynthia, his mother-in-law, Keisha's mother, is going to live in the house I paid for. The house where I thought I'd have my place, my space, my family. And me, Jamal, I whisper out loud, knowing he can't hear me. I continue to listen. Now, baby, we already talked about this. My mom's fine in her apartment. Besides, you know how she is. She always finds something to fuss about. It's better this way, more peaceful for everyone. Us, the kids, and your mom, a real family. A real family. The words stab my chest like ice-cold needles. Who sacrificed my entire life savings? Who sold my mother's jewelry? Who mortgaged my financial peace of mind so he could have this house? I'm not part of their real family. I close my eyes and memories crash over me like waves. It was 6 months ago when Jamal came to my place with that sad puppy dog. Face he always puts on when he needs something. He sat exactly where his phone is now at this kitchen table and explained his dream. Mama, I found the perfect house. It's everything Keisha that I ever dreamed of. 3 bedrooms, a yard for the kids in a nice neighborhood. But I need your help. I just need $20,000 for the down payment. I promise I'll pay you back in 2 years, Mama. And of course, you'll always have a place with us. You'll always have a place with us. Those were his exact words. I remember them because I wrote them down that night in my journal. I was so excited I couldn't sleep. Finally, after years of feeling like a visitor in my son's life, I'd have a place, a home where I could grow old, surrounded by the laughter of my grandchildren, family dinners, and warm holiday gatherings. Jamal, baby, did you tell your mom about the plans yet? Keisha's voice cuts through the phone like a knife. What plans, baby? The plans that she's not moving in with us. That the house is just for the 3 of us adults and the kids. You know my mom needs her peace and we already talked about how your mom can be hard to live with. No, I haven't told her yet, Jamal says. I figured we could talk about it after the move. You know how she gets when things change. Out how we're going to tell her. Maybe we could suggest she find a smaller apartment. Something more in line with her needs. You know, something more affordable. Kesha's voice sounds so natural, so practical. As if they're just discussing what to have for dinner. Something more affordable, right? Now that they have my $20,000. Now that they've gotten what they wanted. It's time for me to find something more affordable. Something more in line with my needs. As if my needs don't include the love and company of my only family. The phone falls silent, and I hear Jamal's footsteps coming toward the kitchen. I quickly sit down and pretend to be looking at the electric bill as if I heard nothing. As if my world hadn't just crumbled in the last 10 minutes. Hey, Mama, how you doing? His voice is normal, affectionate. As if he hadn't just finished planning to exclude me from the life I helped pay for. I'm good, son. Are the papers for the house all set? Yeah, perfect. Everything's in order. We'll be able to move in soon and start a new chapter. A new chapter for him, for Kesha, for Miss Cynthia, and for his kids. A new chapter where I don't exist. That's good, son. I say, my voice calm and controlled. I'm happy for you. He smiles and leans in to kiss my forehead, just like he always does. That gesture that once filled me with such tenderness now feels like a mockery. Like the kiss of Judas. Thanks for everything, Mama. You know this wouldn't have been possible without you. Without me, but also without me in the future. How ironic. When he leaves, I'm alone again with these papers in my hands. The document certified that my son now has a $150,000 house, of which $20,000 came from my life savings. A house where his mother-in-law will have the room with the garden view that I had dreamed of for myself. I carefully fold the papers and put them in the kitchen drawer. The same drawer where I keep Bill's medical prescriptions. And now, it seems, my lost dignity. But something is changing inside me. Something cold and clear. Like the water running down the window. For the first time in years, I don't feel like crying. I feel like acting. That night, I couldn't sleep. I lay awake staring at the ceiling, thinking about all the times I should have seen the signs. All the times Jamal and Keisha treated me like I was invisible. But I justified it by telling myself they were just busy with their lives. All the times they borrowed money and never paid a single dollar back. But I called it helping family. I get up at 5 in the morning as usual, but this time it's not out of habit. It's because I have things to do, important things that can't wait. I make my coffee in silence and sit at the kitchen table with my old notebooks. How naive I was. It's 7 in the morning when my phone rings. It's Jamal. Hey, Mama, how you doing this morning? I'm doing good, son, I say, my voice sounding normal. But inside it feels like another person is speaking. You need something. Well, yeah. Keisha and I were talking last night, and we were wondering if you could help us out with a little something. You know, with the move, there are some extra expenses we didn't account for. More money. It's always more money. How much do you need? Just $3,000. Mama. For the movers, some furniture we need. Paint for the rooms, you know? Just to get the house perfect for when we move in next week. Next week? He's moving next week. And he hadn't even told me when. He hadn't even invited me to see the house I paid for. Jamal, can I ask you something? Sure, Mama, anything you want. When do I get to see the house? A silence so long that for a moment, I think the call dropped. Well, Mama, the house is still getting some minor work done. When everything's ready, we'll take you over there to see it. You don't want to see it all messy, do you? And when am I going to move in with you? Another even longer silence. Mama, about that. Keisha and I have been talking and we think maybe it'd be better for you to stay in your apartment for now. You know, until we see how we adjust to the new house. The kids are going to be nervous with the change. And Keisha is stressed with her new job. Her new job? Yeah, I didn't tell you. She got a position at an accounting firm. They're going to pay her real good. Almost $2,000 a month. $2,000 a month. Keisha is now making $2,000 a month. But they still need my $3,000 for the move. My $3,000 that I'd have to take out of my savings, which I've been living on with a $700 a month pension. Jamal, I say again, I need to think about the $3,000. Think about it, Mama. You've never had to think before when I asked for help. Is everything okay? No, son. Nothing is okay. Nothing has been okay for years, but I was too blinded by love to see it. Everything's fine, son. I just need to check my accounts. I'll call you in a few days. In a few days. But Mama, we need the money by tomorrow. The movers want a 50% deposit. I'll call you in a few days, Jamal. I hang up the phone before he can respond. My hands are trembling, but not from fear. It's something different. It's determination. I walk to my old computer, the one Jamal helped me set up 2 years ago, so I wouldn't feel so lonely, Mama. I turn it on and wait patiently for it to load. I'm not great with technology, but I know the basics. I know how to log into my online bank account. There's my savings. After giving him the $20,000 for the house, I have exactly $2,300 left. $300 between me and total destitution. Between me and depending completely on a son who plans to exclude me from his life as soon as he's settled into his new house. I pick up my phone and dial the bank's number. Good morning, National Bank. How can I help you? Good morning. I need to talk to someone about my savings account. I want to make some important changes. Certainly, ma'am. Could you please provide your account number and your full name? As I give my information, I feel something I haven't felt in years control. For the first time in a long time, I'm the one making the decisions about my money, my life, my future. How can we help you today, Ms. Jones? I want to remove my son as an authorized beneficiary on my account. I also want to cancel the additional debit card that is in his name. I understand. Is there a particular reason? Yes, there is. The reason is that I've just discovered I've been financing my own exclusion. That every dollar I've given them has been an investment in my own future loneliness. Personal changes in my family situation. Very well, Ms. Jones, I'll process these changes immediately. Anything else I can help you with? Yes, I want to know about my options for changing my will. The bank offers that service. We have agreements with some attorneys who specialize in estate law. Would you be interested in having us send you some information? Yes, please. To my registered address. When I hang up the phone, I feel different, as if I've taken the first step towards something new. My phone rings again. It's Jamal, of course. Mama, did we get disconnected? What happened? We didn't get disconnected, son. I told you I'd call you in a few days. But, Mama, I need to know if you're going to help me with the $3,000. The movers are already pressuring me. Jamal, have you ever wondered if I needed help with anything? What? What are you talking about, Mama? I'm worried about you. Are you feeling okay? You want me to come over there? It's not necessary, son. I just need some time to think. Time to think. Mama, I'm only asking for $3,000. It's nothing major. You've always helped me. I've always helped you. That's true. But when was the last time you helped me? I'll call you when I have an answer, Jamal. Mama, seriously, you're scaring me. You've never been like this before. I've never been like this because I've never been so clear about what's been happening, because I've never felt this mix of pain and clarity. That's giving me the strength to do what I should have done years ago. Have a good day, son. I hang up again, and this time I turn my phone completely off. I sit in my living room surrounded by the silence of my apartment. But for the first time in years, that silence doesn't hurt. It's a silence full of possibilities, of decisions waiting to be made. I look at my hands. These 69-year-old hands that have worked so hard, that have given so much. And I promise myself something. They won't give another dollar without receiving respect in return. Over the next 3 days, my phone won't stop ringing. Jamal calls me every 2 hours. Then Keisha joins in. After that, even the kids leave me voicemails asking why I'm not answering. But I keep the phone off. I need silence to think, to plan, to truly understand the situation I'm in. On Wednesday morning, I decide to turn the phone on just to check the messages. There are 27 missed calls and 15 text messages. I read them one by one, and each message confirms that I'm making the right decision. Mama, I'm worried. Please call me. Jamal. 7:30 a.m. Tuesday. Dolores, it's Keisha. Jamal is really nervous. Is everything okay with you? 11:15 a.m. Tuesday. Mama, the movers need the money today. I can't wait any longer. Jamal, 2:45 p.m. Tuesday. If you don't call me today, I'm coming over to your apartment. Jamal, 8:20 p.m. Tuesday. Grandma, Dad says you're sick. Are you okay? My grandson, 8-year-old Deander, asking about me because his father told him I'm sick. Because for Jamal. The only explanation for me not immediately giving him money is that I must be sick. But the message that hurts the most, and at the same time gives me the most clarity, is the last one sent early this morning. Mama, if this is about the house, we can talk. Maybe we can find a solution for you to have your space too. But I need you to help me with the move first. Then we'll fix the other stuff. Jamal. 6:30 a.m. today. Then we'll fix the other stuff. The other stuff is me, my place in their lives. My right to be in the house, I financed. My dignity as a mother and a person. All of that is the other stuff that can be fixed later once he gets what he needs. I get dressed carefully, brush my hair, and put on a little makeup. Today, I'm going out, and I have several important appointments. The first is at the bank at 10 in the morning. I walk the 6 blocks to the bank, enjoying the fresh air. Ms. Jones, I understand you want to review your current will. Yes, counselor. I want to make some important changes. I explain my situation to him objectively without drama. I tell him about the $48,000, about the house, about Jamal's plans to exclude me from his new life after using my money. Attorney Carter listens without interrupting, taking occasional notes. Ms. Jones, unfortunately, your case isn't unique. I see similar situations frequently. What specific changes do you want to make to your will? I want my inheritance to be divided differently. Part of it for Jamal, but I also want to leave some money to charities, especially those that help older women in vulnerable situations. Do you have any specific organizations in mind? No, not yet. Could you help me research some options? Of course. I also suggest we consider setting some conditions for your son's inheritance. What kind of conditions? For example, that he can only receive his portion if he fulfills certain commitments to you while you're alive. Medical care. Regular visits, inclusion in important family decisions. The idea is intriguing, but also sad. Is this how family relationships have to work? With legal contracts that force children to love and respect their parents. Let me think about it, counselor. Of course. In the meantime, I'll prepare a draft with some basic changes. A. Does next week work for you to meet again? When I leave the lawyer's office, it's 2 in the afternoon, and I'm hungry. But instead of going home to make a sandwich, as I always do, I decide to do something different. I walk into a small diner and sit at a table by the window. I hadn't eaten alone at a restaurant in years. Whenever I went out to eat, it was with Jamal and his family, and I was always the one who paid. Today, I order exactly what? I'm craving pan-seared, salmon with vegetables, and a glass of white wine. The total is $35. Money that before would have seemed like an unnecessary expense. Today, it feels like an investment in my own happiness. As I eat slowly, I watch the people passing on the street, young couples holding hands, mothers pushing strollers, old folks walking with canes but with a determined step. Normal life, normal people living their normal lives. And I realize that I can have a normal life, too. A life where my decisions don't depend on the constant needs of others. My phone vibrates. It's a text from Jamal. Mama, I can't take it anymore. I'm coming to your apartment at 4 p.m. We need to talk. I look at the time. It's 3:15. I have 45 minutes to get home and prepare for a conversation I know will be difficult. But for the first time, I'm not afraid of it. I feel something like curiosity. I pay my bill, leave a generous tip, and walk out of the diner. The sun is shining, and for the first time in a long time, I feel like it's also shining on me. As I walk home, I think about what I'm going to say to Jamal. I'm not going to yell at him. I'm not going to throw his mistakes in his face. I'm not going to make a scene. I'm simply going to tell him the truth. I'm going to explain that I've made decisions about my life and my money, and that those decisions are final. I arrive at my apartment at 3:50. I have 10 minutes to prepare myself mentally and emotionally for what's to come. I sit in my favorite chair, the one by the window, and I wait not with anxiety, but with the calm of someone who knows exactly what they are going to do. At 4 o'clock, I hear footsteps in the hallway and then knocking on my door firm, insistent, impatient. The knocks of someone who is used to the door being opened immediately, to their needs being attended to without delay. I get up slowly, smooth out my skirt, and walk to the door. Before I open it, I take a deep breath and remind myself, this is my house. This is my money. This is my life. And for the first time in years, I'm going to act accordingly. I open the door, and there's Jamal. But he's not alone. Keisha is standing behind him with an expression. I know well the face she makes when she wants to get something, but pretend she's worried about my well-being. They both look at me as if I'm a lost child they've finally found. Mama, thank God you're okay. We were so worried. Jamal starts to reach for a hug, but there's something forced in his gesture. Why weren't you answering the phone? Do you know how much you distressed us? Hello, Keisha, I say, and she just nods. I'm not a child. Jamal, you caused me more distress in the last 3 days than I've ever caused you. Mama, what are you talking about? We're a family. We need to be able to talk about things. Talk about things. You talked about me, but not with me. You talked about how I'm hard to live with, how you were going to put me in a more affordable apartment, all while using the money I gave you for your real family. You talked about me like I was a burden, a complicated problem that needed to be managed, not a person. Jamal's face pales. He glances at Keisha, who looks horrified. Mama, that's not what happened. We were just what, Jamal? Just planning to use me and then toss me aside? The $20,000, Jamal. The $48,300 I've given you over the last 5 years. Did you think it was an endless well? Did you think my love for you was a transaction? Something you could get for free? Mama, please, I'm so sorry. I know we messed up. Keisha and I have been talking and we've changed our minds. We want you to live with us. We'll make it work. I promise. No, you won't. I say calmly. You won't. Because you only want me to live with you now that you think you might lose something. You don't want me because you love me. You want me because you're afraid you'll lose access to me. But you've already lost me, son. You lost me when you decided I wasn't part of your real family. He starts to cry, big heaving sobs, and Keisha tries to comfort him. Mama, please don't say that. I am saying it. I say firmly, and I'm saying something else. I'm no longer the Bank of Dolores. I am not a financial resource for you to tap whenever you need it. The $3,000 you need for your move, you can find it somewhere else. Because you won't get a penny from me, not now, not ever again. Jamal looks at me, his face stained with tears, and the boyish puppy dog look is gone, replaced with a look of genuine shock and hurt. He had always taken my love and my money for granted, and now he was seeing for the first time that my well wasn't endless. I need you to lead now, I say, my voice trembling slightly but holding firm. Mama, please, let's talk, Jamal pleads. We have talked, Jamal, for 69 years, and now I'm done. He stands there for a moment, then he and Keisha turn and walk away. I close the door and lean against it, my legs weak. I'm exhausted, but I've never felt more alive. I walk over to my chair and sit down. I've been so focused on others for so long that I didn't even know what I needed for myself. I gave and gave and gave, and I forgave you for treating me badly. And I forgave myself for letting you treat me badly. So why do I still feel like there's a distance between us? Because forgiveness doesn't erase consequences. Because trust is built with actions, not with words. When they're gone, I stand by the window for a long time. I don't know if Jamal will really change. I don't know if he'll manage to go a whole year without asking me for money. I don't know if we'll ever be able to build a real relationship. But I do know one thing. I'm no longer afraid to be alone. I'm no longer afraid to say no. I'm no longer afraid to stand up for my own dignity. I pick up my phone and dial Lenita's number. Hey girl, how was your day? It was interesting. Jamal came to visit me. And how was it? Different. Maybe there's hope after all. I'm glad. What are your plans for this afternoon? I was thinking of going to the park. Maybe sitting and reading under that big tree I like. Want some company? I would love it. As I get ready to go out, I look in the hallway mirror. I see a 69-year-old woman who learned to late that her own worth is not measured by what she can give to others. A woman who found the courage to claim her life back. And for the first time in a very, very long time, I smile.